What's going on, Orlando Magic fans? Welcome to the Six-Man Show Postgame Live, presented by Thrivent. Magic win 121-17. But it's not my favorite win of the season, I'll put it that way. Magic played from behind almost the entire second half. I'll give them credit. They mounted a bit of a comeback at the end of the third quarter, obviously, to make it a 3-point game, I think. But unfortunately, at the end of the third quarter is when the Utah Jazz decided to go full tank mode. They didn't bring back Lauri Markkanen nor Jaren Jackson Jr., and yet the Magic still struggled to put the Jazz away and finally took the lead with like 54 seconds left or whatever it was. I don't remember. But the Magic come away with a win. I guess a win is a win, but this is not my favorite. Welcome to the Six-Man Show Postgame Live. My name's Kevin. Glad you're with us. This is our live show here on YouTube after every single Orlando Magic game, whether it's a great win or a questionable win, at least ethically speaking, by the Utah Jazz. Whatever. Whether it's a win or a loss, we're here after every game here on YouTube. Glad you're with us. This show is brought to you by Thrivent. Marc.Abraham is a diehard Orlando Magic fan and season ticket holder. In fact, he sent us a little video earlier of the end of the game of Magic, the Magic fans and players celebrating the late game stop there against the Utah Jazz. And Marc.Abraham, is out to help Orlando Magic fans be wise with their money. And so if you find yourself either A, struggling financially and you're looking for someone to give you some advice on how to get out, or B, maybe you're thriving financially and you're just looking for someone to give you advice of how to grow your money even more, Marc.Abraham is a guy that you want to have in your corner. You can give him a call at 407-366-4364, or you can shoot him an email or visit his website. Both of those can be found in the description below here on YouTube. Big shout out to Marc and Thrivent for sponsoring the show. They are awesome. Marc's great. His family's great. I promise you won't regret giving him a call, especially because the consultation call is totally free. So give him a call, talk Magic basketball, talk about how this was a very, very ugly win, and then talk a little finances as well. Thanks, Marc. Thanks, Thrivent. Appreciate you all. Okay. Yeah, I would say I don't know how to feel about this one, but I think I know how to feel about this one. This is a really, really disappointing win, if there is such a thing. At some level, you say, just win. But at another level, you go, man, this team got totally outplayed through three quarters. And then in parts of the fourth quarter with backups from Utah, still got outplayed. A masterful tank job by the Utah Jazz, by Will Hardy. And the Magic are the beneficiaries of it tonight. That was really, really something. That was sometimes teams in the NBA try to be subtle. Will Hardy didn't even try to be subtle. That's the kind of stuff that I'd go, like, does the league even care when stuff like this happens? Like, that was embarrassing. Oh man, if I'm a Jazz fan, I'm just livid. I understand the concept of it, but man, it's not great. Not great. If you're new to this show is all about you. It's your chance to get involved, let your voice be heard. The best way to do that is through Super Chats, which we're about to hit the Super Chats that we have so far, but we read every single Super Chat here on YouTube, and then we'll read some other comments in the chat as time allows. We'll hit the box score. We'll check that out. We'll check out the scores around the league and the standings as well. And hey, the Magic have won 2 in a row, and so they are looking better in the standings than at least they were, 72 hours ago. And so we'll take that. But first, we do go to our Super Chats. We start tonight, as we so often do, with Luis Rosario, who says, back-to-back wins, play the song. As I lightly perused the chat a moment ago, like I can see sometimes when messages pop up in the corner of my eye, I saw a couple people say that we better not play the song after this game. While I understand the sentiment, rules are rules, okay? If the Magic win, we play the song. It's just the way it goes. It doesn't matter if it's a 3-point win against a tanking team or a 35-point win against the best team in basketball. It doesn't matter. Rules are rules. A win is a win, and a win equals play the song. I don't make those rules, and I'm not going to argue with him. So, with a win, we're going to play the song. Let's go. Maybe we play it through the tears tonight. Let's go. Thank you for that super chat. We got our friend Jesus Cologne who says, Will Hardy, Coach of the Year, looked out for us. Yeah, I mean, I cannot believe, is the NBA just going to sit by and let stuff like that happen? You have to at least play Markkanen and Jaren Jackson Jr. 6 minutes of the fourth. It's not like it's even a back-to-back for them. It's just shameless tanking over there by Utah. Thanks for that super chat. Mr. TV says, this win feels like an L. Play the song quietly. Yeah. This is a win that feels like an L for sure. We got absolutely bailed out. And here's the thing. Like I said, the Magic made a good run at the end of the third quarter, mostly fueled by Mo Wagner. Mo was great tonight. And so, could the Magic have continued that momentum in the fourth quarter against the Jazz real players? Sure. It is very possible that the Magic still win this game with Markkanen, with Jaren Jackson Jr. on the floor in the fourth. It's very possible. But the fact that they didn't come back in the game and the Magic still, it took them 11 minutes to take the lead against that version of the Jazz, that's what is disappointing, I think. Man with the super chat says, they say nobody's ever seen Kaiser Soze. I always get this wrong, which is also what my gym says about me. One of these days, I'm going to get these jokes that you share, in the chat about him, but today is not this day. I still don't understand it, still haven't seen it. And at this point, this is like a 3-year long running joke, and I kind of enjoy the 3-year long running joke. Why would I change now? Why would I change it now, Let's keep it up. Keep it up. All right. Thanks for those super chats, guys. Keep them coming. In the meantime, my thoughts really fast before we go to the chat. We talked about Mo Wagner turning this game around in the third. Jalen Suggs, you don't win this game without Jalen Suggs down the stretch in the fourth quarter. Big three, 2 big steals in the final minute as well. Jalen was really, really good, really, really important. Ends up with 4 steals tonight, 12 points, 7 boards, and 6 assists. Another terrific night for Jalen, not necessarily offensively or shooting the ball until it mattered when he had that big 3 late in this game. Paolo was not great tonight. I mean, that's just a statement of fact. 6 of 17 from the field with 5 turnovers. Yikes, that's not good. Desmond Bane, I wouldn't say was great tonight, although he did have some big moments. Couple of threes, missed 2 free throws in the fourth quarter. That was wild. What an experience that was. I don't think he's missed 2 free throws in the same quarter all season. And so for him to do that late in this game was pretty big and pretty surprising. AB was, outside of the 3 ball, he was pretty good tonight. Jace Richardson, fresh off the slam dunk contest announcement. If you missed that, I don't know where you've been today, but Jace Richardson will compete in the slam dunk contest 1 week from tonight, which is wild. Did not expect that. And then, like we mentioned, Mo Wagner was really, really good and turned the game around in the third quarter, which, yeah, that was huge. That was huge. All right, let's go check out the chat. We'll hit a few of these. This might be a little bit of a shorter show tonight after a showing like that. But yeah, let's see what we got here. I'm Jovi says, hilarious how all their starters are out early in the fourth, basically saying they want to lose, and yet we're still down with our starters in. Yep, that's exactly right. eCraft with a super chat while we were doing that. Very generous super chat. Says, I could go on about Paolo's body language, how runs happen without P5, how we almost lost to the tanking Jazz, but I'll focus on positives. Great crowd, standing since the 2-minute mark, so that was cool. Yeah, shout out to the crowd tonight. And I say it twofold. Shout out to the crowd for the end of the game, but also shout out to the crowd. I heard the Boo Birds. When this team went down. What was the biggest deficit tonight? Team went down 17. When this team went down 17, I heard the Boo Birds on TV, and I respect it. I have a very high threshold for Boo Birds of my favorite teams, right? Like, there has to be a certain expectation for the team, and the team has to really, really be not meeting those expectations for the Boo Birds to happen. And for me, like, I am at the Boo Bird level. And so when you go down 17 to the Utah Jazz, I endorse the boos. And so, well, the booing maybe is a better way to say it. Or some people might need the boos with the Magic going down 17, but you know what I mean. And so, yeah, shout out to the crowd. They picked it up at the end of the game, and maybe even contributed to pulling out the win. But yeah, the other stuff you mentioned, eCraft. That's what makes tonight so. Ugh, it's just not a good win at all. Edison says, talent without decision making is just athletic pickup ball. That's what this offense looks like way too often. I think that's a very fair assessment. Shout out to Edison and all of our channel members, by the way. For just $5 a month, you can support the show, be a channel member, and you get access to our brand new emojis. I mean, we've had some old emojis, but this week we rolled out some brand new emojis, so some custom emojis just for our members. Shout out to Edison and all of our amazing members for supporting what we do here at the Six Man Show. Check out those emojis. If you weren't here last time, we talked about it. There's a Desmond Bain throwing the basketball emoji, which is a good one. There's FTP, there's Kapaya, and there's a stuff one that we've added in addition to all the other ones. So shout out to them. eCraft says, spot on, Kevin. I booed quite a bit. Well, there you go. You earned the right to boo tonight. Again, like, there are some franchises out there, maybe specifically some fan bases, that they just boo for everything, right? Like, anything goes wrong, they're going to boo. You think about the Philly fans and New York fans, Boston fans, take your pick. Some fan bases like that. The threshold for booing is too low for me, right? The team it could be a 60-win Celtics team, and the Celtics go out there and get blown out by somebody, I don't know, and they're going to boo, right? Like, that's the kind of stuff. But for me, my threshold for booing is very high, and this season, the Magic have reached that threshold. So, good on you for taking part in that. All right, back to the chat we go. Let's see what we got here. Jack says, man, the Magic love to stress me out. Play the song. Yeah, sounds about right. Blake says, it's the win to lose to streak now. Hey, that's a good point. A week and some change ago, I guess, Magic beat Miami and beat Toronto back-to-back. Then you lose to San Antonio and Oklahoma City back-to-back. And then now you turn right around and beat Brooklyn. I couldn't think of who we beat on Thursday. Brooklyn and Utah back-to-back. So we'll see. But Magic with two very winnable games coming up against Milwaukee at home that you just got to find a way at least to split it. But ideally, you really should win both. But, of course, tonight we should have won this game soundly, and we didn't. The only hero says, ugly, but we are desperate for wins. Yeah, that's what makes this so tough. Like, I'm very much a believer in a win is a win, first off. Secondly, that ugly wins can be good wins. And third, when you're not playing well, which the Magic are not playing well right now, if you can find a way to pick up some of these ugly wins, it can maybe help be part of shifting the momentum to help you play better basketball in the future. I don't know that that's the case with this team. I'm not sure I believe that will be the case. But again, as I said so many times on this show, it has to start somewhere. If this season is going to be turned around, it has to start somewhere. And by golly, maybe it's tonight against this version of the Utah Jazz. I don't think it is, but maybe. You never know. Luis Rosario says Mo is out of gas. Yeah, I saw a couple people on Twitter and in a text thread that I'm in talk about, wow, Mo's playing great. Why are we taking him out at this time? It's because Mo was done. Mo was, like you said, Lewis, Mo is out of gas. Mo's still, I wouldn't say at 100, truly 100% physically and conditioning wise. So yeah, he was out of gas. Let's see. Yeah, some people saying play the song. Some people saying don't play the song. Well, yeah. Man says, why wasn't Lowry, Markkanen, and Jaren Jackson Jr. in the final part of the game? Yeah. Let's see. Is there a tank emoji? Yeah, you can find that emoji. They were definitely tanking bad. Real bad. Clinstar says, I'm being more positive. The Magic won. Hey, we got to find the silver lining somehow, or this season's going to be miserable. Yeah, let's see. Atarian says, if at least one of Markkanen or Jaren Jackson Jr. stayed in, we would have lost in an ugly way. It feels like that. It feels like it, but you never know. You just never know. Tyler Morrison says, play this song on mute. That's funny. That's really funny. Maybe I should do that. Oh, man. Jesus Clone says, funniest thing is Will Hardy did it with a straight face. When he didn't call that timeout, the camera guy had his face on the broadcast and I lost it. Yeah, Will Hardy having the timeout available in crunch time twice, 2 separate possessions and didn't take it. But again, it's just the most shameless tanking job I think I've ever seen in a Magic game, which is saying something because we've had some tanking jobs of our own in the past. Our friend Drew Gooden says, was Mo's tanking too? No reason to take Mo out at the end when he was the only reason we were even in it. Wendell almost lost for us. Yeah, Wendell had some issues there at the end, but again, I really think that Mo was just gassed. I think he was exhausted. I could be wrong. But yeah, if that's not the case, then yeah, that was a mistake because, like we said, Mo turned this game around into the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter. You don't win this game without Mo's Mo apostrophe S, not Mo's Mo apostrophe S. His energy, his effort, and of course his threes. Like he knocked down 2 or 3 threes, right? In this one, 3 of 5 from 3. Yeah, he was huge, big time stuff from Mo Wagner. Warp says, in other news, the Hornets are about 3 minutes away from winning their 9th straight. Yeah, we'll check the scores around the league in just a moment. But the Charlotte Hornets are on fire, which is crazy. I wasn't gonna do this, but I just said the word fire, and it just had a little bit of like PTSD. This is just a PSA. I almost became a statistic yesterday when my dryer caught fire, like straight up flames, like had to get the fire extinguisher, like it was bad. So this is the PSA. If you don't already, you should be checking the interior of your dryer for lint that maybe your lint trap didn't catch. That got caught like down. Like take the back off your dryer, see if there's lint like where the heating elements and stuff are. Just a little PSA, because I about burned my house down yesterday. That is no lie. It was quite scary for about 60 seconds before I put it out. So, fun fact, safety first. Check your dryer for lint in places where lint shouldn't be. So, anyway. Okay, let's take a break from the chat. Let's go check out the box score here and see what we're working with. Desmond Bane tonight. The Killer Bees, all 3 with 20 or more points. Desmond Bane, 22 tonight. Again, not his best, shooting percentages tonight. Didn't finish great around the rim. Had a really good opportunity late in this one at the rim, but couldn't get it to go. And then the big one, like I mentioned earlier, missing 2 free throws in the fourth quarter. Crazy stuff from Desmond Bane. I don't think he's missed 2 free throws in a quarter this whole season. So for him to do that with the game on the line down the stretch was really, really surprising. Paolo, 23, 7, and 8 with 3 steals and a block. Again, not a good offensive night for him. 6 of 17 from the field and 5 turnovers. Did a good job getting to the line, though. But, yeah, love to see Paolo shoot the ball a little better than that and not turn the ball over as much. Wendell, we talked about him a little bit earlier. 8 and 6 for him. Man, he he really, really struggles sometimes with some of the passes he gets from his teammates. And I understand some of them are really difficult. Some of them are at 100 miles an hour at an awkward position. But maybe I'm old school. Maybe this is lame. But I'm like, if you get 2 hands on the ball, you got to catch it. You got to catch it. Oh, man. Anthony Black tonight, 21. The third member of the Killer Bees. 21 with 3 boards, 4 assists, 4 steals, and a block. Anthony Black with 5 stocks. Jalen Suggs with 6 stocks, 12 points, 7 boards, 6 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks, straight after the triple-double with the crazy block and steal numbers. Last game, he turns around and does almost just as much. He was really, really big down the stretch of this game. You don't win this game without Jalen Suggs. Big triple, 2 big steals in the final 90 seconds maybe of this game. Yeah, he was a difference maker big time. Jace Richardson, 5 points for him. Didn't miss at all tonight. 1 of 1 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line. Good stuff from Jace. Tristan Da Silva, 20 minutes tonight, 8 points for him, 2 of 5 from 3. And then Mo Wagner, we've talked a lot about him tonight, but he was another reason you won this game. 13 and 8 for him, 3 of 5 from 3. Noah Penda, I thought Noah was pretty good in those 10 minutes. 6 points for him. Jonathan Isaac and Jet Howard both only played 2.5 minutes each in this one. We did not see new Magic Man, Javon Carter, in this one. Wasn't exactly sure if we'd see him tonight or not. Not super surprising that a guy gets signed yesterday and doesn't play today, but I'm interested to see, is he a third string guard who sometimes plays in garbage time or in the case of injuries, or is he a guy that somehow cracks the rotation maybe at the hands of someone else like a Jace Richardson, or I don't know, but we'll see. Didn't get him on the court tonight. Magic shot 41.9% from the field and 31.7% from 3, and turned the ball over 12 times. Looking at the team stats, 58 points in the paint for the Jazz compared to only 40 for the Magic. The Magic will always want to have more than 40 points in the paint if it's up to them. They did get 25 fast break points, so I will give the Magic credit for that. That's on the high end for us. Utah led by as many as 17. Magic got 34 bench points. Utah turned the ball over 24 times, and the Magic with 39 points off turnovers. Big time from the Magic, converting on those many Utah turnovers. 24 turnovers is crazy. So shout out to the Magic for taking advantage of those. All right, while we're here, let's check out the scores around the league. Let me just refresh these really fast, make sure they are up to date. As was mentioned in the chat, the Hornets are 10 seconds away, barring some kind of miracle by the Atlanta Hawks, from winning their 9th consecutive game. They are officially on the heels of the Orlando Magic, which we will see in just a moment when we check out the standings. The Nuggets are up 5 with 9 minutes to go in Chicago. Warriors and Lakers on ABC tonight, Saturday Night Basketball. Lakers are up 7 in the third. Sixers and Suns. Sixers are up 10 right now in the second. And then the games that have gone final, the Nets beat the Wizards. Wow, what a matchup, what a game. Both teams now on 14 wins. Yeah, yikes. Rockets beat the Thunder. Thunder continue to slide. And in fact, when we look at the standings, you'll be surprised to see the gap from 1 to 2 is not what people started saying at the beginning of the season when the Thunder got off to that crazy start and everyone was just drooling over them and saying how they're the greatest team ever. But no one decided to look at their schedule and the fact that they had the softest schedule through 25 games. One of the softest schedules in NBA history. But anyway, that's beside the point. Can you tell I don't like the Thunder? Spurs beat the Mavericks. And then, of course, your Orlando Magic with a marvelous, sensational, totally convincing victory over the mighty Utah Jazz. What does it mean for the standings? Well, Magic are keeping up the pace with some of the teams around them. They are now 2 games back of the Sixers and 3 games back of the Raptors. And as I said earlier, the Sixers are currently playing in Phoenix. And so we'll keep an eye on that game later tonight to see if the Magic can gain another half game on the Sixers. But yeah, 2 games back of the 6th seed, 3 games back of the 8th seed Raptors, and 3.5 games back of the 4 seed Cavaliers. The Cavs also play later tonight. They are also out west. Magic are a game up on the Miami Heat, 2 games up on those Hawks, with, again, that result pending. They could be 2.5 games up on the Hawks. But the Hornets, they're 3.5 games up on the Hornets. If the Hornets end up pulling out that win, they will still just be 3 games up on the Hornets. What a story out of Charlotte, the fact that the Hornets are on such a crazy tear. It's really, really impressive / really, really scary. And how about this? Take a look at the play-in. As it stands right now, it is all Southeast Division opponents. Yikes. That's how bad the Southeast Division is right now. A bunch of just meh. It's just a bunch of meh and the Wizards. A bunch of 500 basketball teams and the Wizards. So very, very interesting stuff. Long way to go still. This is just game 51 for the Magic, so still 31 games to go. Lots of moves will happen in the standings, but right now it is very interesting to see 4 teams from the same division taking all 4 spots in the play-in. All right, we'll go back to the chat for a little bit, and then we're going to call it a night. Let's see. Brenton says, let's see how this chat acts when we go out west. Yeah, so right after the All-Star break, straight away, Magic go out west. That's going to be interesting. But then, yeah, chat always gets interesting out west as well because it's the late night starts, and we get a little bit delirious, that time of night or morning. And so we'll see how it goes. Wilfred said, hey, Kevin, Mo Wagner, don't forget, did a great play. I did not forget. Mo Wagner did a great play. He did a lot of great plays tonight. Absolutely did not forget. Stephen Luong says, let's go. What a comeback. Yeah, exactly. And 1-0 in the Javon Carter Magic era. Facts. That's true. You can't argue with stats. You just can't argue with stats. Let's see. We're coming down to the end of the chat here. Let's see. Yeah, lots of people talking about the Hornets, which is amazing. We still are not good. I see a couple of people saying things. I can't really read those on the chat, or on the show because we're a family-friendly show. But let's see. WNDU says Bane should get fined every game he has less than 3-point attempts than other players. He should always have the most attempts from 3. Let's see tonight. I think he had 5. Yeah, 5. 2 of 5 from 3 for Desmond Bane tonight. It's just not enough. We talked about it many, many times on the show and on the podcast. Got to find a way to get Desmond Bane 7, 8, 10 3-point attempts even. I don't think there's such thing as too many with a guy like him who can knock them down, whether he's open, whether it's contested, doesn't matter. He's a guy you trust to knock it down. So, all right, folks, I think it's going to do it for us tonight. Short and sweet, and just a weird, wacky game. Wacky win is what it is. Counts as a win in the win column, so we'll take it. Magic back in action Monday night, again, hosting the Milwaukee Bucks. That's a 7:30 tip. Jonathan and I will be recording a new episode of the podcast tomorrow night. Tune into that Monday morning ahead of the Magic's next game Monday night against the Bucks. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. Go Seahawks! And until next time, let's go Magic.